The sound of distant traffic, muffled voices, and a car horn fades into soft, melancholic music. Have you ever walked past something or someone and felt your heart break just a little? Maybe it was a fleeting moment, a second in time, but something about it stuck with you. That's what happened to Sarah, and this is Hondo's story. A slow-motion shot of a city street shows the blur of people rushing by. The camera settles on a small, curled-up figure on a worn-out mattress, hidden in the shadows. A stray dog, alone, cold, forgotten. In the middle of the city's chaos, where life moves fast and no one looks back, one life sat still. A life that had almost given up. Thin, weak, barely holding on. But then there was Sarah. Sarah, mid-stride, stops. Her eyes lock onto the dog. Her expression changes. Concern, determination. She wasn't just passing by. She wasn't just another face in the crowd. She was different. She saw him. And not just as a stray. Not just as another unfortunate case. She saw him as a soul worth saving. The wind blows, a long pause. The dog's eyes are hollow, filled with fear and desperation. Sarah kneels down, her hand outstretched, waiting. At first, he doesn't move. Can you blame him? When the world has only shown you cruelty, kindness feels like a trick. But Sarah, she wasn't going anywhere. Heart-wrenching silence lingers. A slow moan as the dog, hesitant, terrified, lifts his head. He was scared, but hunger won. He took the food. And little by little, he took a chance on Sarah. A quick cut montage shows Sarah visiting him every day. A bond forms. Her presence becomes familiar. Trust, fragile but growing. That's when everything changed. Sarah wasn't going to let him disappear into the night again. Not this time. She made a decision, and just like that, he was no longer a stray. She lifts the dog, placing him gently into a carrier. A car door closes. A deep breath. A new beginning. She takes him to a shelter, a place of safety, warmth, and hope. They name him Hondo. Cut to Hondo at the shelter. Thin, frail, but safe. His first bath. His first warm meal. His first real night of rest. Days pass, then weeks. The shaking stops. His tail, once still, now wags. He learns that hands can offer love, not harm. A beautiful moment. Hondo playing with a shelter worker for the first time. His body is lighter, his eyes brighter. But despite all of his progress, no one comes for him. Weeks turn into a month, then more. People pass his kennel, barely glancing at him. The shelter staff, though caring, seem to accept that some dogs just don't get chosen. But Sarah? She wasn't about to let that happen. The phone rings. Sarah's voice is strong, determined. She reaches out to the South Coast Humane Society. And just like that, Hondo's luck changes again. The very next day, he is given a second chance. A real one. A new home. The door opens. Hondo steps inside cautiously. A young boy, Seth, kneels down, offering a toy. Sarah didn't just rescue Hondo. She gave him a home. She made him family. Her son, Seth, welcomed him like a brother. Twice a week, they bathed him, helping his skin heal. They fed him, comforted him, loved him. A montage shows Hondo playing, running in a backyard, sleeping soundly at Sarah's feet. And just like that, the stray on the mattress became something more. He became loved. He became happy. He became Hondo, the family dog. A pause. Music swells. A deep breath. But Hondo's story isn't unique. Right now, at this very moment, there are countless others just like him. Waiting, hoping, needing someone to see them, to stop, to care, to act. Sarah looks directly into the camera, a silent question. So here's the question. Will you be that person? Will you be the one who changes a life? Because you can. And it starts with just one step. A final montage, dogs in shelters waiting, people adopting, rescuing, fostering, smiles, wagging tails. Adopt, rescue, foster, or simply spread the word. Every little action matters. Let's make a difference, one dog at a time. Fade to black, a final heartbeat, silence.